Harriet Tubman said don't go alone. Civ coming forward to carry you home. Lore does not matter more than agenda. They'll give you what you want so they can inject y'all. Woke rejection, people rejoice. Your body, your rope, death by choice. Sensitive, ugly, flat and bald-headed. Lock those comments, I'm what you dreaded. East make money, I wonder why. Nintendo stock at an all-time high. Not just an oof, but also a yikes. Endless zero bitches, nigga stole my bike. Gambled money for a sexy waifu. Change retroactive, a big no can do. Your sickness remedies, no pronouns. 2025, the year they tone woke down. Their best hopes to silence and lie. But I got the straight eye for the queer sty. If you're silent while they suppress the truth, who might remain to speak out for you? Hello, beta testers. Like and subscribe to join over 111,000 lovers who are done allowing woke to force division so that they can protect the jobs that they didn't earn. The cult of losers deciding on other people's behalf that everything is offensive is finding the dry butthole challenge impossible, and they're leaking so hard that they're signal boosting Tectone of all people. It's almost like retweeting Grums or The Quartering when they claim they hate them, but they hang on their every word and make sure that everyone sees the latest thing that they've said. Oh, even when they're not exactly dunking on them as they would like to imagine. So posting these two pictures, Tectone asserts what the video game industry thinks we want versus what we actually want. Even if it makes these normies seethe like tourists wondering why there's so much fan service in the shonen, it is objective truth, especially as it pertains to the majority male audience and target demographic for video games, like the ones with robots and laser swords with a hack writer who's already written the other Zionist stories they've jammed into a video game and are forced to name drop Akira and Cowboy Bebop in an attempt to make the game seem interesting. But they know it's not interesting, and they know that their character has been made deliberately ugly in a way that they anticipated would be repulsive, and that's why they locked the comments. Naughty dog shit indeed. The old hope it all blows over technique that they're hoping doesn't make it back to investors, because it's pretty clear that this first impression was ruined, as the catastrophic outcome in the way of revulsion and the way of rejection mirrors Sushi Squad. It mirrors Concord, who has injured Sony in so profound a capacity that hundreds of millions of dollars could not be recouped. And there are hundreds of comments in every intergalactic video you can actually comment on, with thousands of likes comparing it to Concord, the hero shooter with vomit-worthy heroes that couldn't last 2 weeks. With all of that being said, in this lightly edited video I wanted to explore characters that I felt would best be realized in Stellar Blade when it inevitably comes to the PC, as I consider them unforgettable females in gaming. I'm certain my criteria may be a little bit different to yours, so I'd love to hear your suggestions in the comments below. You never know, there could be modders who are browsing and wondering who people might like to model them on into the game. Number 20, Peach from Mario. I know this seems like it's low and that's gotta be piracy in the gaming space, but something about Peach makes her, unfortunately, the least interesting among the top 20. She still made the list, so, you know, get angry in preparation for where I'm about to go. Number 19, Dimitrescu. I know the argument could be made that this is kind of safe horny, but when it comes to well-endowed women, there's no contest. I think she's in, man. That's what I think. I think I'm in too, you know what I mean? I'm all in. Number 18, Squirrel Girl, Marvel Rivals. Such a new entry, but still made its way into this list, and it's because I'm factoring in the reaction from people. It's wonderful to see. Seems approved even on certain sides of the aisle, so whatever you guys say, man, there she is. Number 17, Jill Valentine from Resident Evil. May be difficult for some people to understand now, but boy was she right on time, back in the day. Number 16, Cammy from Street Fighter, particularly in her outfit that seems to trigger certain entities writing for publications like The Gamer. You keep on othering people by calling them cisgender. We call that normal around here. Number 15, Rain from Blood Rain. A little old school for some of you, I'm sure, but did you know she was the first lady of gaming to appear in a Playboy magazine? Someone fact check that, and if I'm wrong, I'll pin your comment. Number 14, Mona from Genshin Impact. Really tight ass on Mona. It's a shame that Zenless Zone is going through their whole I'm gonna censor the game nonsense again, and they technically reverted the change, right? Except they really wanted to hit you with that fade. The same thing happened with First Descendant coming from the beta to the main game. It was better before, and they patched it so that it's worse now. You know, some of these games have people gambling for what they want to earn in the way of these waifus, and it's going to be very funny watching what people will tolerate, but I think you should learn to be a little more firm moving forward. Number 13, Quiet from Metal Gear Solid. It's a shame we have to fight so hard for something as simple as a beautiful woman. Even when it's specific to the lore, it's becoming a big problem for the kinds of loser tourists who, again, would have a problem with fan service in Shonen. And it's like, you people don't speak English. You people don't understand how men and women work. You're trying to blur those lines. You're trying to inject all your trans shit into a fucking Pixar movie because, oh, you're young, you're hormonal, you're insecure, you're actually just trans. The trans whisperer. You guys are like the worm tongue. Are we doing that? Number 12, Cortana, Halo. Try as they might, they'll never ruin what Cortana meant and still means to gamers. Because, and I'm going to tell you a secret, being a gamer should come with you not giving a shit what people think about you. Woke came for all of media, for culture, to vandalize, to sabotage, to try their best to transdrogenize, but they couldn't really get a man to start liking another man if that's not who they were, so they failed. Without coordination, you aware of the Matrix potentially more than anybody. You just sidestepped all of that pussy cringe. Congratulations. Number 11, Katana, Mortal Kombat. You know, MK used to mean something, and it's truly given me a Star Wars fan front row seat to something that used to be good, just selling out and becoming a bucket of crap. But it still meant something, and it should still mean something, even if the incarnations we have available to us right now are wannabes in the shadow of greatness. Number 10. Morrigan from Darkstalkers. I just love her design. What more do you want me to say? I think Morrigan from Darkstalkers has the kind of appeal that Jim Lee's X-Men designs have. You just look, you say, yes sir, and that's that. Hope to see her. I've seen her modded onto Tifa in Final Fantasy VII Remake, so I'd love to see that skin in Stellar Blade here. Number 9. Tifa, Final Fantasy. Big titties, that's all we really need, huh? So here's hoping they get the correct version of that in there. None of that stalking bullshit, you know what I mean? What am I talking about? People already know which ones that really work for people, okay? Number 8, Cereza, Bayonetta. I do believe she deserves this slot fairly high on this list because few characters kept sexy alive as passionately as Cereza was allowed to. So I hope nobody's upset about that because you thought that she was some sort of icon for you or something, but the fact that it's for everybody makes it oh no, it's not okay. Number 7, Ivy from Soul Calibur. Yes sir. Can I get my thrills? I'm not sure that most of these women come close to Ivy in just across the board having all of us nod in appreciation. This right here, this is it. You understand? Number 6. Harley Quinn, specifically from Batman the Arkham games, made by the legendary Rocksteady as they existed all that time ago. Not this woke steady now out here talking about gender swap, race swap, you know what I mean? A butt wasn't at the end of the world back in those days, so again, Harley would probably be at the top of this list if it were kind of considering all of culture and media, but because it's a game, she's still number 6. So that's what, wow. Powerful stuff, huh? Number 5, Zero Suit Samus. Oh yes. I know that this has a autistic kind of appeal to some people. They swear, but this is their waifu. And I've seen some figures that go for more than entire games, and it's hilarious that over half a decade is spent developing games that are going to make less than some can sell one figurine of a character that they haven't beaten with the woke stick. Sad, but you make your beds and you lie in them. Number 4, ChunLi from Street Fighter. You know, ChunLi's inclusion in Fortnite has done some heavy lifting. I personally think Poison Ivy in Fortnite has the juiciest booty skin because they allow the line and the seam of the ass crack, but people just allow ChunLi to be the sexiest, and oh, she tracks well on the adult sites as well, and Dia loves her ChunLi skin and thinks she's the hottest, but she's wrong, okay? Poison Ivy. But not for this list. Number 3, Lara Croft, Tomb Raider. Man, even with all of that I'm gonna make her a man shit that Crystal Dynamics is trying to set up, Lara Croft's legacy will never be tainted. She is the one, just not number 1 on a Kyle list. And I definitely want to hear about it in the description, because, you know, my criteria must not be lining up, but can you suss out what my criteria might be? Number 2, Kasumi from Dead or Alive. Yes. Yes. Dead or Alive, man. I mean, can we just give it up? Can I have some golf clap in here? Wowzers. Dead or wowzers. And boy oh boy did woke try their best to kill it. In the West, they're so triggered. Dead or Alive, the video game, is the pretty girl on a magazine cover that triggered the fat bitches into dyeing their hair and living as a man. Ooh, how dare you, Dead or Alive? They won't stop until they are either dead or alive. Number 1, my Shiranui from King of Fighters. You know, there's this image that I use, and she's on it because they had to cover her up. I think it's so wonderful when they decide to cover them up. Hashtag Shadia AF. They said, you will cover up woman. You will cover up woman. See, we believe women should have the choice to dress however they want to, especially in a virtual, game. It's like a series of ones and zeros. These aren't really, these are these are polygons, but hey, it's the end of the world. I love you and appreciate you, patron sponsors. We've made it to the end of the year. For the most part, Christmas is imminent. It's coming, So do me a favor, stay out of trouble. And donate using the link in the description so that I can try out these Taco Bell chicken nuggets. No, I'm not sponsored. This is just a gamer at the end of 2024 saying hello to the future. I hope that at least some of these make it into Stellar Blade. The jiggle, The jiggle. Hey, Dia, you have anything to put into the video for the future? Like a time capsule.
We all want hot girls back in games, and we also want to be pretty women in games.
If you had to come up with a word for the types of people that might be trying to keep them out of games, what would it be?
It would start with the letter Q.
Oh, as long as it doesn't start with the H. Or a letter that comes 2 letters after that one. Is that something I can get in trouble for?
Probably.
I can say a letter, and that's it.
That's enough.
I know what he means.